Okay, everybody, it's January something 11th. It's 70 degrees outside, and here's our next little YouTube video. About a knife. I'm changing up my knife collection because I started looking at the knives maybe a couple years back, and I noticed that the full tangs were stronger. They were maybe less expensive sometimes, with better material. And I liked the idea of maybe learning a little bushcraft, camping, fishing, whatever. I haven't got a chance to do any of that, so I'm switching over to folders for the most part. I already sold a Sauspis, Tautog from LT Wright, Outback from LT Wright, and now I have a next gen, which I think I'm going to sell it if I get the right folder. And the right folder, well, I'll have to show you when I get it. Who is it? I think it's from Fox. I think it's called a Pro Hunter, and it's a folding knife. Comes with a sheath and stuff like that, and that would be the one that I would like to replace the next gen, and possibly the Outback, something like that. Nice decent combination. It's a folder, comes with a little belt case you can put on your belt, and doesn't look very intimidating unless you pull it out. And it starts to look a little intimidating, excuse me. Either way, let's get to the video after the intro, and I hope you guys enjoy it, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. Okay, you guys, this is the knife I was talking about. I think some of you guys would like it, and I think some of you guys might think some of the features are not for you, especially in this price point. It's not cheap. Basically, not opened yet. I put it in the safe last night. Tried to get a little rest. I just got to work on Friday. Been very busy and man down. All kinds of heavy-duty projects going on this week, but we made it through the week, so that's good. I started looking at knives maybe a couple years ago, and I noticed that the fixed blade knives with a full tang were cheaper. And it's still true today from what I'm seeing. If you're using a certain type of material for the blade and it's a fixed blade, they tend to be cheaper. And I like the way the handles feel better. And I was thinking, well, maybe I'll have a little fun and learn a little something about camping or bushcrafting or something like that. And didn't quite work out. Like, very busy, stuff like that. Don't do any real camping, don't know anything about bushcrafting. So the winds up being that having 4 fixed blades didn't quite work out for me. If I was open carry, if I was on the trail doing some fishing, hunting, lived out in the woods, something like that, more lived like a city boy, been that way my whole life, and I was thinking fixed knives would be the way to go. I seem to be coming to a conclusion it's not quite for me because I don't do that kind of stuff, even though I wanted to. So I'm starting to lean more towards folders. There was one folder that did disappoint me. That was the Spyderco Native 5. Oh, shoot. And it came with a very stiff pivot. I couldn't get it to flick right or flick fast and smooth. I only got it to flick more like a push. Like I couldn't get it to go fast. It just wouldn't do it. No matter taking it apart, checking it, there was nothing wrong with the innards, the brass bushings. It just wouldn't do it. And then the other thing I noticed when I was using it, just on cardboard, maybe hit a paper clip or something, and heavy paper clip on a large box for a washing machine or a refrigerator. It chipped on me, and I didn't like that. It was S35VN Spyderco Native 5. A very good knife for a lot of people. Didn't exactly work out for me. So it kind of spooks me a little bit. Could have been the angle on the blade was a little too steep. It wasn't broad enough. 15, 17 degrees instead of per se 20, 22. So it could have been something like that. It could have been a user error. I'm a novice, so I'm just being honest about that. Okay, this is made in Maniago, Italy, by Fox Knives. And there's a person who designed this. I have to put in the description because I do not want to butcher the gentleman's name. So I'll try to write it out in the video and the software. This is a... Oh, let's get over there. Got a lot of light going on there. Sorry. So that, I guess, is the model number. This is a TUR, T-U-R, excuse me. We'll try that over there. Okay, let's open it up. Box is pretty light, even though the knife is inside. Okay, we got a seal here. You can tell I'm not used to using knives too much. And I really like the concept, the idea of the fixed blade, so much more than folders. The butt here is just not working out for me, and warranty, I gotta read that. Box is nice enough. It's not quite working out for me to use the knife, to enjoy the usage of the knife as much as I would use a folder. Told I can carry with me every day. This is a next gen from LT Wright. Gorgeous knife. I do have 1 or 2 videos on knives on my channel. You might want to check. I love the spine, how it makes it 2 more edges for using on ferro rods, for starting fires, stuff like that. I really like that. That's a great concept. The broom handle is wide enough to get 4 fingers, so a great deal. 3V. This knife, it's only $144 on DL Trading when I bought it, per se, maybe 2 years ago. This was 3V. Had to be in the 250 range minimum, being a folder. This knife is Elmax. They said it comes with a leather pouch. I gotta snip it, so excuse me. It smells like leather. It is leather. It doesn't look like leather. It feels a little awkward, but it definitely is leather. I like the stitching, the border on the side. Sorry about that. Over here concentrating, not looking at the camera, see what you guys are seeing. Apologize. Okay, let's open up, see what's inside. I refrained myself for one day, even though I got it yesterday, looking at it, so I want to do the video fresh. Okay, got a little Allen key, possibly a 6 and 8. Nice. I have my own little bits. I prefer to use something like that with a screwdriver. Get a little more torque. Probably, possibly a better fit. I'm not sure. Okay, no silica jelly in here. They say that the inside is very nice and soft and cushiony, and they're correct. It doesn't feel like cheap stuff. It feels like well thought out. Despite not looking like the fancy stuff, it's actually extremely well thought out. The pouch is a really great deal, if that's the way you're going to carry it. I mean, some people would say they'd like to see it cheap to carry it on the belt. Different story, I guess. Okay, now let's take a look at the size inside the bag. It looks kind of small. Okay, I'm gonna see if I put up the specs. Alright, I gotta see if I can get this a little closer for you guys so you guys can see a little better. Sorry about that. You guys can see the knife is actually off-center a little bit. I'm not worried about that. That doesn't mean nothing to me. It means how it flickers. This is Elmax again, carbon fiber. Here, these are called scales. This is titanium. This back piece here is also titanium, and it does have a possibly stainless steel inside the carbon fiber scales. 2 screws here, 2 screws for the clip. Clip feels nice. It feels tight with enough give in it, so it's gonna spring in but not pop out loose. Nice. I like that. I like the very simple, clean design. So far, it's starting to look very, very nice. The carbon fiber looks unfinished. It looks very professional, but no real, almost a grip to it, like it's unfinished. That's what it looks like. I can't tell you what kind of finish on it. It looks extremely high grade. Used to work in the bicycle industry, so okay. She's stiff. No, she's not stiff. I just had for a second popping it out. She's not stiff. So I don't use flippers, so I'm not good at it. So once I get it out, it's a little bit easier. Alright, excuse me. There goes the little Fox logo. And I'm in Virginia. I think we can only carry a 3-inch knife in the pocket or so. I know a lot of places that would be the norm. If you're traveling, they probably say 2.5-inch to be on the safe side, especially overseas on airlines, stuff like that. Nothing larger than that. The quality, fit and finish looks great. I can see the oil coming out of the pivot. Suggestion might be here, if you're ballsy enough to take it apart and make sure there's no grit in there from the factory where the pivot is at. That might be an idea. I really like the thickness on the blade. I think it's done correctly. I gotta test this out. I'm not sure. Some people say the 3B's better than this. I guess it depends on your uses and what you're using it for. Looks like a straight flat grind. Very, very nice to the pit, to the tip. Smaller than I expected. Let's see what it looks like in the hand. Sorry about that. Okay, so 4 fingers is not a problem. You guys can see that. American large hands. I think I'm going to enjoy this. Some people would call this a gentleman's blade because of the smooth design, minimalist design. They would say this is definitely not tactical or nothing like that, or bushcraft, so they probably call this gentleman's design. I like that you can put a lanyard here. That's a good idea. Help you not to lose it for whatever reason. Something might happen, or whatever you were going to put on the end. But if I put it on the hand here and just roll it over, you guys need to see that it will fit the hand. Okay, so that's good. That's one of the things I wanted. There was another knife I was looking at. It was a Spyderco, Elmax, titanium on one side, so on and so forth. But the blade was over 3 inches, and that's what kind of threw me off. About the same price, $240, $225 in different locations. You put it down here a little bit so I can look at it a little bit harder. You guys can take a look. It says box on this side, and it says Maniago, Italy, Elmax. And it has, I believe, the model number on there. Looks like FX528. That's what it says on there. Yep, definitely some metal inside. Looks like stainless steel. Looks like on one side, does not look on the other side. And I can see the brass in there. Okay, my finger's in the way, my fat finger, sorry about that. Very nice looking little knife. Got a lot to learn how to use it. Definitely don't know how to flick it. I'm a novice, so I'm just keeping it real. But why spend so much money on a knife that you're not going to be happy with, doesn't flick out right, stuff like that. People talk about their locking mechanism on here, how it's kind of not smooth, or rather rough, and I believe that helps to keep it in place. Let's see how tight. Okay, I wouldn't say it's overly tight, so later on if I do take it apart, I might bend that. And that metal inside the carbon fiber scale is only on one side, not on the second side. I don't have the exact weight, but I hope to put at least a link to all the specs for this and where you can buy it. Okay, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Any questions, just ask. One other thing before I go, this is probably overrated for carrying every day, but I just like the way it looks. Well, I'd like to get a flipper and possibly a beater like a CRKT Pilar or Pilar Mini, something like that, so I can carry that every day and see if that holds up. I think the Mini doesn't have D2, and I think I'm going to want minimum D2. So things to consider later on. What kind of locking mechanism you want. what kind of materials, what kind of looks you're looking for, what kind of uses you're going to get out of it. So it's not that easy. Can this knife be used for self-defense? It's kind of small. If you're good with it, possibly. We'll say more like a companion to this. This would be more for self-defense, but this is what I use in the house. I have a summer carry also. This is Ruger SR 1911 Commander 9mm. Summer carry is SIG P238 380 auto in DeSantis pancake outside the waistband holster. For the life of me, I couldn't do anything with inside the waistband holsters, and I think it's I'm not sure it's novice or what, training, used to it. I'm also looking at a couple other knives. We're gonna have to get this collection a little bit better, not a lot better, but definitely a little bit better. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope to see you on the next one. Any questions, just ask, okay? Okay, some people are going to be upset at me. I didn't at least try. You can tell I'm novice. It's pretty sharp. Very steep angle on the blade. On the edge. She's steep. She's very steep. I don't know why they do that in these knives. Guess to make them really sharp. I just hope they last. I don't have to broaden the edge a little bit. Before I go, last thing is I use a KME sharpener to 1 micron. I see it to be very good. Just takes a little time to put that edge on there. Okay, sorry I don't put that in the video. Where is it? Oh, shoot. There it is. Stones. Different 1500, 600, 300, and 140. I don't have a 50, a beast. Okay, and then the microns 6.3, and the last two, actually 6.3 and 1, excuse me. So I can easily go down to 1 micron, no problem. If it's a hard steel and the edge is already there, I just got to be finished up. Do this properly with a magic marker. 20 minutes to a half an hour. I'm putting a new edge on there. I'm really going to take my time, way over an hour, testing it very carefully with a piece of paper for sharpness or things like that. If you're going to have a decent knife, starting with a whetstone, a cheap whetstone from Amazon, I guess it's okay. But if you have a knife collection like I'm starting to build and been studying knives for 2 years, the KME is probably the way to go. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.